Hit the old record button.
What is more important than Christmas? More anticipated than the Super Bowl? And more iconic than American apple pie?
Got me. I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. It's the Steam Summer Sale.
Oh, there we go. That is going on.
A dreaded time.
Yeah.
But also a time for rejoicing.
It does take money from people. I think I've bought 2 or 3 games already that I know that I'm probably not going to play right now.
Right.
But I bought them because I know I want to play them in the future.
See, I ended up buying several games that I've had my eye on for a long time.
Yeah.
And I ended up buying a couple games that I could play on my laptop. They're like lower end games, so I don't need a monster PC to play them. And it was a good purchase. Like I'm
Brotato.
Like Brotato. Brotato's really fun. It's $3. Buy it.
I probably will. Is it co-op or is it just straight up?
They have a co-op mod.
Oh, geez.
There's a multiplayer mod that somebody made.
Nice.
I haven't tried it yet, but I'm willing to.
Nice. Yeah, I bought a few games that they were just cheap enough that you couldn't say no. I did buy one that I played that I didn't had to return right away, which I don't do very often, but I do it once in a while. But I just thought to myself, nobody else is going to play this game with me, so I don't want to play it by myself.
What game's that?
It was an open world civilization builder type game. Can't think of it off the top of my head. I have to go back to my Steam. Small Island or something. Small World.
Small World?
Yeah.
That's a board game.
Yeah. No, maybe I don't remember. You're just a little dude and you're running around this big world and you're building up your little civil. But I already play like Conan and Ark and things like that.
Right.
Well, I have played Conan and Ark. I played Conan again. My buddy started playing it, so
nice.
They've updated a lot of stuff on it. But I'm only going to play when he's on. Otherwise, I'm not going to play. I'll just keep playing Satisfactory.
That's a good game.
That's kind of a...
I'm waiting for Update 8 to come out before I jump back in again.
Why is that? What's going on in 8?
I have no idea. But I usually play... I haven't gotten to Endgame or close to it because I've been kind of saving off on it.
You put the space elevator up yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've gotten to tier 4 before, I think. Which is plastics.
I haven't got that far. That's my next tier.
No, sorry. There's like 8 tiers. I forgot.
Yep.
Tier 3 is when you get coal power, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I usually get to coal power and then just let my factory go nuts after that.
How do you keep track of everything?
I could show you some stuff.
No, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I could use mods and blah, blah, blah.
No, I don't use any mods. Like what I can show you is like a simple way to set up a process so that you can add onto it later.
Yeah.
Because like your first factory is going to be spaghetti.
It's absolutely. Actually, what I did.
Let the spaghetti flow.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Just let it happen.
I do. Yeah, because you want the resources.
Because eventually, what's going to happen is you're going to find another node, and then you're going to build on that, and you're going to be like, okay, I'll go a little more organized, and then it will be a little more organized,
right?
And then you're going to hit steel, and you're going to be like, holy crap!
Yep. I
guess we're talking about Satisfactory.
Yes, that'll be a podcast for today. Yeah. I got to a point where I was like, it was getting too much in the small area that I'd found. Well, it was a big area, but it's small after you set up so many freaking smelters. And so now I've just started setting up everything at all my smelters and my factories are set up at the mine spot.
The nodes, yeah.
Yeah, the nodes or whatever they're called. And then I just convey it all the way back to the main construction area where I actually do the assembly on the bigger products, which has seemed to save a lot of effort because now I can stack my storage containers and use all that, and then I have storage containers full of stuff now. But wow, it's quite a overwhelming game.
The biggest transition in organization for me in that game was learning that you could go up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like learning to stack things on top of one another.
Yeah, well, they don't tell you. I mean, they mention it, but they don't tell you how to do it. I actually found out by accidentally holding down the right mouse button and dragging up. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like 40 hours into the game before I figured this out. I'm like, oh my god!
You can snap to grid too, right?
No, no, I didn't know that.
So you can press a button that will automatically line things up. So when you go to place a
storage
smelter,
unit, it just
and then you immediately want a assembler after it,
right?
You can press a button that will snap those to the same, so that the input outputs are exactly where you want them.
Oh man,
it's the control button.
Okay, I didn't know that. No, I've spent hours trying to line up perfectly.
Absolute game changer. I ended up watching a video on YouTube, like 10 tips to make Satisfactory simpler or easier.
Well, that's one of them that would be definitely easier. There's so much to it. I'm kind of dumbfounded by the depth. Because I didn't realize at first.
I tried to explain to you that game was
everything.
Good.
Well, it didn't. No, and I did play it a little bit, but I thought, well, it's something that's going to require some time.
Yeah,
and I decided now that I'm gonna, I'll just put my time into it. I really wanted a game that I wanted to play. But like, just even looking at the conveyor lines, I realized probably after 20 hours that everything has a speed. Because you get upgrades, you get the faster lines and the faster carriers. Yes. I'm like, huh. Okay, so that's interesting. I can just move my product faster. Well, there's no point in putting 120 speed conveyor onto a mine that can only put out 60 unless you overcharge it.
Overclocking is pretty important.
Right, which I found that out too. But then I also realized that I was shoving all this stuff into a factory that can't only put out 10 products per minute. I'm like, ugh. So you have to 10 factories.
So the way
on
that
one mine,
the way that it breaks down is it's almost always like with iron. It's really simple.
Yeah.
You go one miner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From that one miner, you run 2 smelters.
Yes.
From those 2 smelters, you run 4.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fabricators.
Yep, fabricators. Yeah, whatever they're called. Yeah. I just call
assemblers are the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And then there's the even bigger one.
I haven't even seen those yet.
There's a 4 slotter.
Oh, jeez. I know the spaceport's got a lot of slots. It's got 6 going into it.
Yes.
But I have no clue. I mean, at some point, am I just going to have to start shoving in tons of resources into that thing?
Nope. It's always finished goods.
Okay.
And they're always a pain in the ass.
Oh, it's a lot.
You just wait.
Yeah, no, it's a fun game.
The exponential bullshit in that game of okay, make me screws.
I hate screws.
The first one that's gonna get you, that you're gonna be like, this sucks. Rotors.
Yeah, because you have to make so many screws.
And then modular frames.
Yeah, I think I have 5 iron mines. I think 3 of them are making screws. Because they're so slow compared to the rest of them.
Here's a fun one that's coming up.
Oh, gee, Joe, I can't wait.
So steel,
yeah,
is going to be your next tier. Because you're at iron right now.
Yep.
You're at it was iron plates, and then it's reinforced iron plates.
Yep.
The screwed iron plates.
Yep.
Which your conveyor belts
are made
out of
construct. Yeah, you use I think concrete and.
So you're going to double that speed now.
Yeah.
You're going to go to 240 when you put down steel.
Yeah.
And steel requires iron and coal.
Well, at least the coal mine is fast. That thing pushes out so much coal.
To a certain extent.
I have about 20 freaking storage units backed up just in case, because I know someday I'm going to need it.
Well,
but now that I got my coal generators, that's kind of
so I the way I did it, you can run 8 coal generators off of 1 coal mine.
8?
8. The math works out to exactly 8.
Because I have 2, but they're fully upgraded.
You need to have steel conveyor belts.
Oh, to keep
up with.
Yeah, because you'd upgrade your coal mine too at that point.
Yeah, because to upgrade the rate. Wait until you get to Mark II miners.
Oh, I haven't seen those yet either.
Oh, those are awesome.
I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time just going to find the blue slugs. Some of the ones for the power upgrades,
the
right?
blue ones are good. The green ones are good.
They're all the same?
They're all the same. It's just how many shards you get out of each slug.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
The pink ones are the rarest.
Well, I know where one's at, too. I have to go get them. I just haven't wasted my time to go get all of them.
Well, you've been working on the factory.
What a pain in the butt.
So
what's the end goal?
Oh,
yeah.
So, the cool thing about the game is, like, basically it's this leaf power grind, right? That opening sequence is such a grind until you get fully autonomous with coal power.
Yeah, once you got rid of the stupid biomass, nice.
And the biomass you still need.
Oh, great.
Concentrated biomass.
Okay.
For the chainsaw.
Oh, yeah.
Or solid biomass.
Yep.
And you still need it for your tractor.
Yeah, you can use coal in your tractor too.
You can, yeah.
But coal becomes a rare commodity, huh?
Yeah, well, the thing is, you're not going to be using... Coal is going to be... It's so hard to do. Because, like, the way that I did it, when I set up my coal power for eight coal power plants at the same time, was that the secret that I was taught in that one video that really, like, explained a lot to me in Satisfactory was called manifold production. And it's the idea that you start with your miner.
Yep.
You run one conveyor belt off the miner.
Yep.
And you run it into a splitter.
Yep. I do that. Yep.
And then you run off the splitter into the smelter, into the smelter. Then you run each of those smelters into
another splitter.
A merger.
Merger, okay.
Which you then convert into a splitter and run 4. Or you can run them into splitters.
Right.
But when you get to, like, the idea is that, like, you basically run one vein and you kind of web out.
Right. It's pretty wild. I won't lie. It's a pretty intense game. Now I want to buy Factorio.
Factorio is...
Which is a different beast. But I don't know.
Factorio... Okay, I will say Factorio sucked me in a lot harder.
Yeah.
At first. Because it is like, you gotta fight bugs and defend your base.
Yeah, there's not too much in the battle way of Satisfactory so far.
It's such a casual game.
It's a pretty casual.
Yeah, Satisfactory is all about exponential growth. Which, to be fair, Factorio is like that too. But Factorio has an endgame goal.
Satisfactory, I don't have one?
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
But I've only ever gotten to tier 5 or 6, maybe.
Right. Yeah, there's 8 tiers. I know that. I've
never gotten to nuclear power.
Oh, God, there's nuclear power.
I've gotten to fuel power. So, like, using fuel as power.
Gasoline.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, boy.
And that's a freaking grind, because you gotta, like, manufacture plastics, and then you gotta take all of your... You have to have a place for all the runoff waste to go, and you gotta find something to... You know,
jeez.
Well, you can take the runoff and convert it into basically petroleum waste that you can refine and pump back in and reconstitute. It's, oh my God, it's crazy.
It's definitely a game, that's for sure, and it's definitely a time sink. But it doesn't seem like you're. I don't know. You're always trying to improve, and it's fairly seamless because by the time you improve. You've learned something new. It's like when I built all these stupid biomass. I built 2 biomass constructors, one for wood and one for grass, right? That way I always had pellets constantly going. I'd spend an hour running around the map just mowing all the trees down and throwing them all in my storage units so they would just pump them into my factories. Mm-hmm. And then I would go do something else. Well, then I found coal. Now I have... 10,000 pellets. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all, but I have a lot. But thankfully I won't need them anymore because other than the chainsaw.
What I like to do is I like to keep a lot of that. I keep solid biomass in my backpack. At least 200 chunks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for your chainsaw.
Actually, no, 400.
And for your vehicle.
Stacks of 200, right?
Yeah, they stack to 200.
Yeah, so I keep 400. I keep 2 stacks. Because... And I always keep the recipe for a biomass generator.
Oh, yeah, of course.
In my backpack.
Yeah.
Because when you go around eventually, you're going to find what's called crash sites.
Oh, no. I've traveled a lot, too.
This is the point that I'm trying to get to. So, there's this idea that you can flip a switch on your factory at some point and make it fully autonomous. At that point, once you're set up and you're just waiting on the space elevator,
right,
you can go explore. And that's like the first time you get to go explore for real. Oh. And I'm talking like the map is huge.
Right. Like,
you think the map is big? It's bigger.
I'm sure it's bigger than I think it is for sure. I have explored quite a bit, but that was only because I was trying to find slugs that were easy to get.
Yeah,
so I was like, man, upgrades are nice. I want to do more upgrades. So yeah, it's been pretty wild. Anyway, yeah. So that was my Satisfactory thing, was my thing that I've been doing lately. So.
Yeah, and Satisfactory is a great game. I put a lot of hours into it. I probably got 100 hours into it. I've played a lot with friends too. It's great multiplayer.
Yeah, I haven't got 100 hours into it quite yet, but we're getting there.
So
I'll have 100 hours in before the end of the month, though.
I'd be happy to see your factory sometime.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be co-op too, right?
Yeah, you can take any factory that you played in single player
and just dump another player into it,
and literally I can just join you in Steam.
Nice. That could be interesting. I don't know though. I'll have to wait and see. Anyway.
I'll show you my factory.
Yeah. Nice.
It's not that impressive. Not yet.
Alrighty. Well.
Before we wrap this up, I do want to give out some honorable mentions to other factory games.
Sure.
Because I actually have a whole list of them in my Steam. Give me a second here. Okay. So, obviously, Factorio.
Yep.
Kind of the
one that kind of, yeah.
Basically anything by Zachtronics.
Okay.
Which is, they're like programming games.
Oh, kind of. Yep.
Dyson Sphere program.
I've heard of it. I haven't played it.
I picked that one up. I haven't played it much yet. There's a game called Production Line.
Yep.
Where you run a car production line. And yeah, Satisfactory. So those are some.
I will say one thing I don't like about Satisfactory so far is I've found that part of the problem is if you get, say, copper and iron in one, say, storage unit by accident, they won't, like, if you put them on a belt, they just send random crap out that belt. They won't send just iron to the smelter, to the assembler.
I think at some point, if I'm
I think
not
that
mistaken,
like nice you could put a filter on there where you could filter it out.
I think that's a research later on.
Oh, I hope so, because I would love to be able to. I have probably 12 full of just random stuff that from when I'm taking down my conveyors and redoing them.
Big no-no.
Yeah, well, right, but it's too late now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a few smelters just to smelt that stuff, and then I'll have to build a factory.
I just trash it.
Think so?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
The other thing, so the second biggest thing that like I learned, do not ever, if you can help it, unless you absolutely have to, like gun to your head, you have to craft anything by hand.
Why?
Always build a machine.
Yeah.
To make whatever it is you need.
Right.
Because at that point, you're saving yourself time.
Oh, yeah. No, of course. Of course. Yeah, I did consider just dumping most of it because I already have enough stuff coming in that are filling up all my other storage units with finished product that I shouldn't need any of that stuff. I don't know. It's against everything you do in a survival game that I've played. Because in a survival game, you hoard everything. Because you might need, your walls might get torn down at some point. In Satisfactory, I haven't seen nothing that does physical damage other than, little pig things that run around at you or the radiating flower dudes or whatever. But anyway, yeah. So, good game, though. I recommend it.
Check out your Steam sale. It's going on for another week.
All right. Yeah. So much for Steam. Yeah, Steam sales.